Hi, seventh grade. It's Mrs. Rienzi here. I had the chance to go into school on Monday just for a very little bit. And while I was in there, I took pictures of your bacteria lab results, your Petri dishes. I didn't get a ton of great pictures because I could only go in very quickly. I was just supposed to be there to feed the fish. So I took as many pictures as I could, but I did have to do it quickly. So some of them are a little blurry and I apologize, but I think it's still interesting to see other people's results, even if your results may not be clear. So I apologize to those of you who maybe can't see your, particular Petri dish super well, but I hope you still find it interesting. We are going to do a virtual lab today because we can't complete the lab report that we started in school. It's just too hard to do online. We need to know the locations of where everybody swabbed, and we need to be able to sort of see everybody's and really compare. And that's just hard to do, especially because we're not there with our Petri dishes. But I did want you to see your actual results, and I hope that makes the virtual lab a little more interesting, knowing that you can picture in your head what the bacteria look like in real life. So I'm not going to make this take too long because I know I promised that the Tuesday video on bacteria was your last one, but I did think you would find it interesting to see this. So let's get started. All right, first, the fish. I wanted you to see that the fish are doing okay. I was a little bit worried about the fish since I wasn't able to go in and feed them every day, but I did put in a week-long feeding pellet. That's what you see there in the bottom right-hand corner. It looks like a pink tablet. And so far, so good. They all seem to be doing well. So we'll see, how they do this week, and hopefully I'll get to check on them again next week. All right. This is exciting. Ella Nasser and Sebastian Bliss have both taken me up on my challenge to do the Petri dish lab at home. And Ella has already gotten her Petri dishes, and you can see there that she has swabbed the locations. I know several of you were interested. You predicted that the TV remote would be a particularly bacteria full object, so we can see how it works out in Ella's house, and we'll see what Sebastian chooses to swab. He's going to send in pictures too, so I'll keep you guys posted. I'm particularly interested in the piano keys because we have a piano and my kids play the piano a lot, so I'm curious as to how full of bacteria the piano keys are. All right. So here we go. Here are the first two that I took a picture of. You can't really see the initials on the bottom one, but I'm pretty sure that's Damon and Devlin's Petri dish because that was the one that I had seen growth on that Friday that you guys came in to pick up your books and empty your lockers, and that is what it looked like then. So I'm pretty sure that is theirs, and that, if you remember, is the inside of the fish tank. All right, I apologize for the glare on that one. That's a little hard to see. Hopefully you can see your initials and know that it's yours. The bottom is a sample control. That's the one that I didn't do anything to. So I had an extra one and we didn't swab it. So you can see there's no bacteria growth on that one. Okay. We have Sebastian and Lizzie's here. Oh, I'm sorry about the glare on this one. You can even see my reflection. All right, I think those sort of holes that you see in this one, I think it's just that you may have pressed your cotton swab on the agar a little bit too hard, but you can still see all the colonies growing around it. So it's still a very successful Petri dish. Just, Ella, you already did it and it looked like there were no streaks, so I think you're okay. Sebastian, when you do your cotton swab, just make sure you lightly swab the agar and you won't get those sort of gaps in there, okay? Interesting that there's so many of those little pink circles, right? Those shapes. I wonder what bacteria that is. I mean, we can look into it and see, because that seems to be all over the school. This one was interesting because on Bridget and Emma's, that yellow perfect circle, it makes me wonder if there was like a piece of paper, like a hole punch paper in the box, or if there really is bacteria that grows that perfectly round, and that's possible. All right. This one's interesting for Lily and Ella's just because the pink circles are a little bit bigger than we've seen in the other Petri dishes. Okay, this one's interesting, William and Michael. I'm curious as to where you tested. I don't remember because it looks very different from everybody else's, and lots of different kinds of bacteria. Julia, I can see your name. I can't see the name of the person next to you. Hopefully you remember whoever you are that you partnered with Julia and you know that's your Petri dish. Okay, sorry, this one's a really hard one to see. I apologize. Also bad glare on this one. So, okay, let's see. Okay, here you can see a little bit better. All right, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want, you can always go back and take another look at your Petri dish. Um, I'm hoping at some point to do some sort of Zoom type class. We're still trying to work things out in the middle school and see how we're going to move forward. But I do miss seeing you guys so much. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying this time with your family, and I'm going to be working hard to try to, mix up lessons and try to keep it interesting and fun. I know that it's not easy to be doing this from home. It certainly hasn't been easy for my family. It hasn't been easy for me. Like, it's hard to accept this kind of change, right? But you're all doing such a great job, and I hope you're proud of yourselves. I'm really proud of you. Again, I miss you, and I hope you're all doing well. Bye-bye.